Good morning, legends. Hey, now I can see you. I'm leaving that in there this time. Happy Monday morning. As I do, this is my round table talk, which is basically just a video where I kind of just say whatever I want to say, kind of rant and rave about King Arthur's Legends Rise, about what's going on in the game in general. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. It's freaking cold outside. I just took my kid to school, and it's minus 25 Celsius here in good old central Canada. So I'm not going to leave the house today. I bought Path of Exile 2 this morning, and that's what I plan to do for the rest of the day until I got to pick the kid up from school. Anyway, you're not here to hear about my day. Let's talk about King Arthur Legends Rise. Okay, what's going on in game this week? Well. Since it's Sunday last night, I totally expected we'd get a new event, a new 2-week-long event. So the equipment farming one, which was the holiday event for New Year's, is gone. And we didn't get anything to replace it, unfortunately. I guess they figured, you know what, you guys got 4 events down here. That's all you get. So, Aldry's still going on until the Wednesday. They consider Wednesday. It's really Tuesday evening. The Wednesday reset, arena, the arena one, that's Wednesday reset, gold collecting Wednesday reset, and this one's going to extend for another week. So in essence, this one was a 2-week event, so which kind of overlapped with the last one. This one, you see, it's going to be day 7. If you're watching this Monday, it's going to be day 7 tomorrow. And what I've done, which other content creators have also covered this, is that you shouldn't strive to finish that. Like on day 3, you shouldn't be wasting your stamina to finish like these ones, level up heroes times 80, until it's all said and done. So like day 4, you got purchase items in the equipment shop, craft equipment, level up heroes. See, level up heroes to 120, and these overlap with day 3. Craft equipment, yada, yada, yada. Advance a hero, level up heroes. I think we just talked about that. And then, purchase more things in the shop. And, so after day 7 is when you can go back and start punching out these ones. Like craft equipment plus, to times 30, obtain equipment. But when it's all said and done, enhance equipment, like these are nice. Because these are things like those little moons, those crescent moons that you need for crafting vigor sets. These ones are really nice. But I wouldn't strive. This is just kind of extra goodies. Because it's only 5 special summons at the end of the day. Nothing crazy. Like 15 of these, that's kind of nice. But none of these, none of these rewards in any of this is really anything that crazy. But it's just nice little goodies to have. So that's all the events going on in game. Gilroy he's coming in, on Wednesday. That's going to be the halfway mark. So you do have your rate up summon event. I do kind of advocate that you spend 60 tokens, at least in this. At least go to 60, at least go to pity. Because then you get all these good relic things. You get what this is going to be a rare summon. But, the goodies in here are nice. Although I can imagine that there's not enough crystals, really, if you don't save your rate up summons. It might be actually fairly difficult for free-to-play to have 60 every 2 weeks. But really, this rate up summoning event only comes around once every month. Because how they seem to have this thing structured out is that, say, like, Vivian was a dungeon event. And then, say, Iwaret, 2 weeks before that, was a summoning event. Vivian was a dungeon event. Guinevere, way back when, at launch, was a dungeon event. Gilroy is a summoning event. So really, you only have to save up 60 rate-up summons every month. And the only really way that they give us is through events. Now, I know there's no rate-up summons in these. Is there? No, none of these in the current events. Is there any in the Aldry one? Let's see. No. So right now in the current events, they're not giving us any, which is unfortunate. Because, you know why? They are trying to get you to purchase the Champion Pass, which gives you 20, I do believe. 5, 10, 15, 15 plus 10, 25. 25. Did I miss one? 10, 5, or 15, 25, 30. There's 30 of them there. And this comes around what? This is an every 2-week thing as well. So if you purchase this champion pass actually, I don't think it's every 2 weeks. I think it's every 21 or 28 days. This would get you halfway to one of those every month. But so that's what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to FOMO you into buying that. Should you? I don't know. That's up to you. So then, do we got to talk about packs? I don't want to talk about packs. We talked about the events. I don't want to talk about packs. No, I'm not talking about packs. I'm not talking about packs. I'm no shill. I'm not going to shill your stuff. One of the only other big changes this week was the changes to the arena. So if you did not know, now you're not fighting bots. Now you're going to be fighting people around your point level. And as you see, I was kind of hanging in there around rank 275. But now I've dropped down to, which usually was around 7,600 points, which is fine. You don't get any more points or rewards at the end of a season for being first. First is just for pride and your own sense of accomplishment. So let's go do a fight here. Oh, what's this guy running? This guy's running the. That's a weird team. But he's up there. So this is my team. You guys saw this in my Clarison and my Cormac deep dive videos, which Cormac just released this morning. So how I have my team clocked, it's really, your position is going to be dictated by the speed of your Morgan. So if I go auto, you'll see. So then my aim goes, then she goes. Oh yeah, that's why. These guys did not die. They did not die. That's cool. Hit him again. I don't know if their aim is C4 or not, because she hasn't counterattacked me yet. So Cormac's gonna raffle stomp my face. And since I don't have any healers, it's not gonna be good for me. There it is. Okay, so I see why this is a good team. Cool. Good for you. Well, now that everyone's dead, we're just going to back out. So that's what it is. So, good job, whatever your name is. GG. GG. So now you're facing real people. I want redemption. Let's go against this guy that has 43,000 power. I think a maxed out team is like 45,000. He's only got a C6, so our Morgans are equal in chivalries. So let's see whose is faster. Whose is faster? I'm sorry I'm making this a PvP video. Mine's faster, yay! Mine's faster. So now we get to raffle stomp your face. And ba-boom, ba-boom. Do it, Cormac. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, there you go. That's what you're supposed to do. Hit him back. And he dies. So, with the changes to PvP, in a lot of cases, obviously not all cases, but it's because you just saw me get raffle stomped on that first fight. But in a lot of cases, if you win or not is going to be dictated by who has the faster Morgan. And now, I do like the fact that they have basically changed PvP where you really do need to put more thought into your teams. Like you saw that first guy, slower Morgan, but he stomped my face. He stomped my face. I wasn't able to nuke him down on turn 4. So that's the big change, and I'm okay with that. What this means, though, is I used to be able to just farm points, because you could farm bots. And I could get up to like 7,800 points, and that's kind of usually where I would stop, because you lose 600 points each season. So now, since I think Master 1, the cutoff is 7,100 points. We can actually go look at that right here. Yeah, Master 1, you have to be 7,100 or plus points to be in Master 1. I used to be able to farm up to like 7,800, and then I would never leave Master 1. Now what this means is I'm actually going to bump down to Master 2, and I'm going to have to climb up a little bit, which is perfectly fine. Like, that's not a big deal. Not a big deal whatsoever. But, yeah, the PvP, your ranking, your seasonal ranking is much more determined by your personal development and the quality of your team versus just how many points you can farm off bots, which is how it should be. Now, since that change went live mid-season, because it was last Wednesday, it's going to be interesting to see where everybody kind of plays out. Like, how many people farmed 7,800, 8,000, 9,000 points prior to the change, and now will have to actually be like me. Well, they'll have to compete to get up to Master 1 and to stay there. So that's probably the biggest change the game has made out of nowhere too. Like, I know people didn't like PvP, but no one was like clamoring like the stamina issue. So it's interesting to see them fix that, which, you know, shows their willingness to make big changes, because I would call that a big change every so often. And other than that, there's nothing else really going on in the game. So I did notice that we did get some news last night. Let's see if I can't get it from here. News. Usually I just go right to the forum. Okay, I guess that worked. That button worked. Look at this. We can go like this, and we can go right over here now, since it opened it up on my other screen. And so 13 hours ago, you see, they did release more of a sneak peek at Clan War. So let's click on that, and let's discuss it. I'm gonna blow through this really quickly because it's not really relevant. Like, we've pretty much, it's not relevant. So blah 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 blah. So Clan War is still coming on the 22nd, which is a week from Wednesday. They call it Wednesday, but really it's Tuesday night. The schedule may be subject to change. That's, you know, I don't see that happening, but they got to put that in there. So this is talking about defense, right? So they're saying in here that you can set up to 2 defensive teams per footholds. Keep in mind, that is going to be for the initial Clan War. We know from their own released pictures that you can set up to 5 defensive teams per foothold. So I'm assuming that the first round is going to be like this. And as you place, you know, depending on the quality of your guild, the development of your guild, eventually it's going to get up to 5 defense teams per foothold. We've seen that. I'm not going to show you that. You guys can go look at the spreadsheet pictures. It's linked in the description of this video. But to start, it's going to be very simple. 2 defensive teams per foothold, which means if you're in an active guild with 25 active players, it's really going to be the officers. Since you get defensive points, the officers are going to have to delegate certain people to be setting massive defensive teams, meaning, like we just saw in that PvP, people with really fast Morgans probably going to have a Morgan on defense, and then the so-so ones will save for offense. So it says you can set up a support team automatically to an empty foothold slot by tapping Hero Support. Only heroes who have not been deployed will be selected. So you're going to place a team, and then when you place it again, you cannot use the same team, which is good. We should not be able to double dip. We should also not be able to double dip across defense and offense. Ideally, I really hope they don't do that. I've seen other games do that, and it really limits the quality of the strategy behind setting up defenses and offenses. It's all of your rosters can be used on either defense and or offense. They shouldn't be independent. Wait, they should be independent. You know what I mean? You should only be able to use them once across both sides of the game board. Support heroes. Now, they say support heroes, but it's just defensive heroes. Defensive heroes will not include heroes who've been deployed to a team. Yes, we know. If you want that hero to be used as a defensive unit, this is not support type units. You must first remove them from a team, the other team, and then you can mix and match teams. Also, it is not possible to change the relics of your defensive heroes. So make sure your defensive heroes, make sure you set their relics before setting them. I don't know exactly how that is, but I'm thinking what it means is that your roster is locked going into this. So make sure you have all of your relics set to how you want them. in your character tabs before you sign up to a clan page. Like, just for example, you see, if we look at my roster, so I always have, you see my Morgan is set up as default wind, right? Why? Because, I just like the wind weapon. I use it in the story modes all over the place. I use it more, but I never use wind in PvP. I know some people do, that's fine, but I like the fire one in PvP. And you saw when we were in PvP, I have it already set up in that game mode to run fire. I have her set up in, I think, Yaskelhide to run ice. So when you sign up for Clan vs. Clan, make sure that all of these relics are set to how you want them. You'll want Lot as ice, probably. You'll want Morgan as fire. You'll want Turin as fire, right? Right? So make sure these are set before you lock in. They're not explicitly telling you that in this forum post. They're not, although they should. I don't know why they don't. You can kind of read between the lines and see that that's what they're saying when they say right here, it is not possible to select change relics. Because you've locked them in. And you know what that means? You're not going to be able to switch gear. So make sure your gear is set on the heroes. That's why I've been actually leveling up and setting and making gear for all my heroes. So they'll be ready to go. They'll be all ready to go. It is possible to move your team from one foothold to another. Okay, cool. You can so you're not locked in. That's actually kind of nice. The clan's lord or an officer can change the location of footholds based on clan strategies. You can mix. You can actually pick up the foothold, plop it down to the front, move it to the back. During the war prep period, the lord and clan senate can send a defensive ping to empty footholds. So basically, click on it, ping your guild. We never use the guild chat function in-game, so it will start. There will be a use case for that now in-game. I know I only ever have it set to English 1. I'm sure all of you do too. Unless you're not English. During the war, yeah, you can ping. So sending a defensive ping to a foothold implies that the lord or blah, blah, blah wants you to concentrate defense on that foothold. Okay. Straightforward. Foothold buffs. Buffs are applied to a single neighboring or all footholds depending on the foothold placement. The buffs are applied to each foothold. The buffs applied to each foothold are displayed on the foothold info screen, which, you know what? Let's just go look. Let's go look at it. Okay, right? Here we go. Okay, so you can see... can you see this? Yeah, the text is short, but if you really want to read my text, click on the link in the description. You can see that there are buffs on these footholds. This is a defensive window. You know why you can tell? Because it's blue. It's blue. This is a defensive, or this is a prep phase, right? There are no points. It looks like the battle's going to start in 1 minute and 42 seconds. Everybody's set, and you see there's like crit damage, defense, shields, attack, speed, evasion. That's evasion, not speed, evasion. So you see these buffs. And now let's just see. So this is an attack window. See, here you go. Foothold deployment unit info. So I don't see anywhere where it says move. You can tell this is a prep phase or a defensive phase because the castles over here were blue. And look at, right now, as we're going to have on Wednesday, there are only 2 spots open. But in the future, you can open all 5. We don't know how yet because it just says unit slot not yet unlocked. I'm assuming you're going to have to win some fights to unlock these. And then things are really going to get interesting. Because then that's kind of going to dictate matchmaking. Smaller guilds that can't field that many defensive units, they're going to find a place, kind of like Arena. You're going to find an equilibrium of where you sit in the clan wars. We still have no idea what the rewards are going to be. Hopefully they're worthwhile. Blah, blah, blah. This is what you see when you're on offense. It's a red enemy clan, foothold info. So these are the teams. You see eventually there's going to be 5. Okay? All right. Clear as mud? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all that's going on in the game. That's what's happened this week, and that's what's coming up on Wednesday. Or not Wednesday, a week from Wednesday, unfortunately. And that's when also the Forbidden Dungeon season is going to reset. So Clan Raid, Clan Raid's coming to a close. You'll see on Tuesday night, Yeah, Tuesday night, or their Wednesday reset, Clan Raid is going to end. You can't see the timer because it's under my head. But hopefully you've all done Clan Raid correctly. and you haven't killed all the bosses yet. What do I mean by that? Because you have to farm them for points. That is how you place higher. If you don't know how to do that, I'm not going to explain it in this video, but hopefully you've worked the bosses down to a point where you can just end them tomorrow before it ends. All right? So this comes to a close, and then there is a week-long settlement period, which is stupid. Just their next fix should be different bosses, because there's different bosses in the game. There's all those bosses from Forbidden Dungeon that are much more interesting. Make this unlimited so that the points shouldn't be dictated by stalling for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, because you really get to the level 24 in the first week, if not the first 4 or 5 days, and then it's this stall farm point period, which is dumb. They should make this unlimited and just let us just roll. Every day should be, okay, now I've got to maximize my points. I really got to think about this. I got to bring in blah, 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 blah. This is the next change they should make. They're showing that they're willing to change game modes. If you are ever watching a video, Netmarble, fix this. Fix this, fix this, fix this, fix this. Now. I just noticed I got a haircut. So this is going to be coming to an end here quickly. Hopefully you and your clan have done it correctly. Forbidden Dungeon, there is another week, right? So the next clan raid, the next Forbidden Dungeon, the next season, because this game has seasons, which are usually, 4 weeks. So is that 28 days? 28 days seasons. Clan raid, clan versus clan is going to be launched to coincide with season 4. Right, so hopefully you've all finished this. I finished this fairly quickly. I didn't place that high because I didn't buy tickets. I placed in the top 1%, which is fine, meaning I get, what do I get? I get 12 of these, which is actually quite fantastic. Fantastic. I'm going to put them right into Morgan, and she's still not going to be fast enough. Why did I come in here? Oh, yeah, because that's what's going on in-game right now. Clan raid, Forbidden Dungeon, it's all seasonal stuff. Cool, okay. So that's pretty much the state of the game right now. Now, we're going to get into the portion of the video. Let's take this glare off my face. Where I give my opinion on the game. Okay. All right, so as you all know, you're watching this video on YouTube, I've said in other games I'm a gamer first, and I'm a content creator second. I was drawn into this game before I decided I wanted to cover it on YouTube. In fact, I applied to the program thinking that I wasn't going to get in because I hadn't made a single video on YouTube since March of last year. But they let me in. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm being honest, I got a trip coming up next month to Mexico. I was like, yeah, I can scrounge up a few more bucks doing YouTube stuff. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll start a channel. So I'm a gamer first and I'm a YouTuber second. This is a hobby for me. This isn't my primary job. This isn't my career. And you guys know that I'm doing all my deep dive videos right now, which is allowing me to put out consistent content. But I'm going to run out of those. I'm almost out of legendary heroes that I want to cover. So what do I make videos about when it's over? It's really going to be, and I've kind of settled into this groove with other mobile games. On Mondays, I do my state of the game video, which I'm doing right now. Wednesdays will be patch notes. Every 2 weeks, it'll be new hero with first impressions and then a deep dive. And then anything that they add to the game. It won't be daily videos, which is fine. That's how, like they said, for Eternal Evolution, when I covered that, that's kind of how that went. It was like set days of the week. I know this is coming out. I can make this content, blah, 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 blah. But there isn't anything more strategy-wise that I can give you. I've completed everything. These are all done. Unless they extend those and make them, unless they add more, these are all done. I got videos for all those. I got videos for the bosses in here, although I want to do a level 52 one. I want to make individual videos next season for like 92, 97, and 100. Favorite dungeons, you just use your most powerful heroes. There's really no video to be made here. And I've gotten stage 10 done on all of these except for Bull's Favor. So I'm pretty much done that too. Sealed Temple, I got videos for that. That's pretty straightforward. Everyone and their dog has a video on those two bosses now, which is fine. So then, really, we're going to get down to... You're going to probably see a lot of YouTubers fall off. Is that true? I don't know if that's true, actually. Because a bunch have already fallen off. You know, you're going to get your main ones. Like, Stu Gaming's going to be here for a while. I saw he was covering God's Raid. I actually dropped God's Raid to play this game. I was playing it. Never made a YouTube video on it. It was just something that was just, you know, just passed the time while I was on the toilet. I guess what I'm trying to say after all this is that I reached the stagnation point where there's no content to do fairly quickly because I've spent, I think I've spent like $500, which I'm going to recoup that through YouTube, so I'm not recommending anyone do that. But after I do my deep dives, it's just going to be it's going to be the same old videos throughout the week, state of the game and stuff. But if I'm being honest too, there's after you complete these dungeons and stuff, there's not a lot to this game. There really isn't. You have your clan raid, which sucks. Like, let's just be honest, it sucks. The setup, the way that it's implemented in game is bad. Is bad. Your forbidden dungeon, you're done in like 10 days. If you're endgame. And endgame's really easy to reach at this point. I'm seeing free-to-play players. This game's been out since a month, a little over a month. I'm seeing free-to-play players now pretty much hitting endgame. And then there's really nothing to do. These events, you guys know my take on the events. Like, I'm gonna call it what they are. They're not stimulating. Like, you got to separate rewards from the event itself. There's nothing new and interesting about these events. Every time that they add events to a game, it should be like other mobile games where there's new mechanics you have to figure out. You have to, okay, now I got to use my roster this way. I need to figure out how to beat this new thing they put in game. All they're doing is this is possibly the laziest mobile game I've played, because all they're doing is slapping some rewards down saying, go do stuff that we already had in game from launch. Go do arena. Go collect gold. The events are bad. The events are very, very, very bad in this game. They're not going to keep people entertained or captivated. So I foresee this game falling off very quickly as people reach endgame and realize, oh shit, there's nothing to do. And I'm not the first one to say that. And what this is going to happen is this game's going to come down to, it's going to capture a little niche of players. It's going to capture those Krakens that are kind of have like a little bit of a sunk cost fallacy in play. They may stick around, but here's a tip, you guys. I've seen this a million times. They don't stick around. They'll go spend money in a different game. They'll be like, okay, cool, done. I did that one. On to the next. So then you're going to get that niche of players, that are content to grind, that like the mechanics, they like the UI, they like the way the characters look, they like that it suits their itch. And I don't know, I feel like that itch, that niche is going to be pretty small in this game. So that's my thoughts. Hey, sorry to be negative. I'm being honest. This is me being honest. This is my thoughts and feelings. This is my part of the video. I can say what I want, damn it. So that's a fear of mine. Is that especially within another month, unless they, like, Clan v Clan better knock it out of the park. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced when stuff like this is so poorly implemented. But we'll see. I will remain optimistic. I guess what I didn't do is before I talked about my thoughts and opinions, I should have showed you my roster, because I kind of like to go over roster development. So I didn't do a whole lot. Like, I've got all of the Legos 6-star, and for the most part awakened 3 or 4. I just did Guinevere yesterday. You see, I think he needed 15 pedestals, but I had to go farm some of her dog dungeon. And now I'm just kind of in a waiting game for more materials. What does he want? I don't need to level this skill up anymore. It's good. It's good enough. It's good enough there, Surge. So there's really nothing I want to do except for get my Morgan to C9 so I can climb higher in arena. I'll develop the heroes as I can. If I'm looking at gearing, I think I've got all my teams geared for Clan v Clan. Because you see, I even got Ralph geared. Yeah, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. So even he's set. And I think, yeah, Gareth is where I'm stopped. He's the one that I'm like slowly leveling these up each day. So you see 1, 2. Two rares left to finish gearing. I think Kieran's even almost done. Yeah, 12, 12, 12. Is this hit accuracy? No. Attack. Okay. But I do have at least 4-star gear on her. Ready to go. I'm not going to use her in Clan v Clan. So what am I looking to build? I'm basically not at this point. I come in. I play the game at reset. I do all my dungeon farms. If there's red dots, I'll go and I'll build some stuff up. This red dot, I got his freaking wind weapon. I don't see a reason to build his wind weapon. That's what that red dot is. So my roster's pretty much kind of done too. Like it's nothing I'm really hyped on building. If I see a red dot, I'll address it. Most times though, you'll see like I can do one more awakening on her, but I'm saving my pedestals for Legos. Relics, if there's a red dot for relics, usually it's on a relic that I haven't built, right? Like this wind one, which is, I do want to build it because it hits harder. This is her harder hitting relic. So there's stuff to do, but it's nothing that's going to be game breaking for me. I think I'm going to end it right there. Yeah, tell me what you think. I hope you're still liking the game. I'm still here. I'll let you guys know when I quit. But I probably won't. I'm committed now. I'll ride this one out for at least till summer. As soon as it's really easy for me to make videos in the dead of the Canadian winter because I'm inside. I'm not going outside. So it's easy for me to make videos. It's in the summer when I'm out at the lake all summer. That's when I got to decide. Okay, is the juice worth the squeeze? So we'll find out around May, June, what's going on. So let me tell me your thoughts down in the comments section below, everybody. Word of the day. I don't know. What do I got sitting around the desk? What do I got sitting around on the desk? Tequila. Because I got this empty bottle of Casamigos. Casamigos tequila. All empty. Done. That was nice stuff. This is George Clooney's tequila brand, and it's very, very smooth. So the word of the day is going to be tequila. I'm sure YouTube's going to censor that, and I'm going to have to go in and find your comments. So put that down in the comment section below. Like I said, that Clan v Clan spreadsheet is also linked in the spreadsheet that is also linked below in the description. Housekeeping. The King Arthur Legends Rise content creator program is also in seasons, and the season ends on Wednesday. So if you are a supporter of mine, here, let's see if I can show you how this is done. So let's go over here. So if you are a supporter of mine, I thank you immensely. Immensely, especially since I just hit over 100. So you see, this is who I'm currently supporting. She's in my cluster. I was supporting Vet Aaron, but he didn't make any videos and couldn't give me my stamina reward, so I had to switch it. And I picked Susie. See how it says cancel extension? You actually have to come in here and re-support. Otherwise on Wednesday or on the 15th, it'll just cut you right off. So if you are a supporter of mine, the link is also in the description. First of all, thank you. And if you've made it this far, I would hope you're a supporter of mine, because I've been rambling on for 35 minutes. Please come in here and hit extend support on my page. All right. Thank you. I think that's going to wrap it up right now, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, word of the day is tequila. Tell me your thoughts on the state of the game, since this is kind of a state of the game video. And I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, peace. Bye-bye.